Hello everybody and welcome to another exciting episode of my art vlog. I'm your host Orange Zeppelin and it is very close to May. I'm pretty excited for May 1st because that is Beltane, and if you're fond of the movie The Wicker Man, the good Wicker Man, not the shitty Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage. We don't talk about that Wicker Man. If you're fond of the good original Wicker Man with Christopher Lee, then you'll know that tomorrow is the day that we traditionally build the Wicker Man and we do our human sacrifice to guarantee the resurrection of our crops, which I don't have time to build an entire Wicker Man, and also my state is constantly on fire, so I don't think it's a good idea to set things on fire. So I'm just going to make banana bread instead. I think the gods will be very pleased with that. I think that's a good way to celebrate Beltane, with some delicious banana bread. Where was I going with that? So, coming at the end of April, it felt like April was a really fast month. It just kind of came and went very quickly. I did get a lot done. It wasn't necessarily what I had originally planned to get done. I do have my full list of what I planned that I actually got done. Things that were unplanned that got done, which is an extensive list. There was actually very few things that I just didn't even get around to doing. It was a very productive month. And, well, let's just go down the list. What did I get done? Now, first things first. Okay, done isn't the right term here, because first thing we're going to talk about, where did I get in Whoa Awesome Space Babe? When I started the month of April, I didn't even have all my inking finished, which I did finish all of my inking, and I was thinking maybe if there's a miracle I could get the vast majority of my coloring done, and that's what didn't happen. I only got to, am I on page 5 or 6? I think I started page 6. But I'm pretty sure I only have 5 pages up on Patreon, which you can see the pages for free up on my Patreon. You can also, actually they're not up on my DeviantArt yet. I am going to post them on DeviantArt, but if you check out Patreon, you'll see the pages early. Eventually, they will go on DeviantArt, and I have been sharing the Patreon posts on my Twitter, so if you also follow me on Twitter, you'll see the updates of when I finish the pages. And I really did want to have, get a page out a day, and then that didn't really happen, but I've said it before, I'll say it again, it takes a really long time to color the pages, but I'm always getting better at it. Things are going much better, and because I chose to handwrite this issue, the digital stuff already doesn't take nearly as long. I don't 100% like how my handwriting turned out, and it kind of was the pen I was using. I probably should have used a Micron pen where I'd have a little more control than the fountain pen that I used. It was this pen. So it's Platinum brand, and then also a Lamy pen, which I really like my fountain pens, but I think I needed a different pen for the lettering because it's not quite as clear and consistent as I wanted it to be. It doesn't look as bad as, well, Awesome Space Babe issue 1. That was crusty. It looks better than that, but I just wish my handwriting looked a little bit better in that issue, but that's really the only complaint I have so far about how it's turning out. Everything else, I'm pretty happy with how things are going. I don't know, I always try to make the issues better every issue, just always be improving, and I've so far always been happy with my end result, and that's actually a good reason to not rush too much on the coloring, to just slow down, make sure everything is high quality, because I don't want to just put out something that I'm not super proud of if I can help it. I want to be providing good ass comics, damn it. So I got a little bit of coloring done. That was the point I was trying to get there. I also got all the inking done on the cover. I didn't get to coloring on the cover, but all the inking is finished. That that was it for Whoa Awesome Space Babe. And then other exciting things going on. I still have the commission that I'm working on. I'm behind on... I want to be further along than I am, but this is in progress, final version. It always takes a little while to do commission stuff because there's a little bit of back and forth emailing, which that's all fine. It's just I feel like I should be focusing more attention on that, and I will focus more attention on that. The next few days are definitely going to be zero in on the commission. So that's going on. Another thing that was actually on my to-do list and not some random bullshit I added on was the badass dragon illustration, which I am going to slap in right next to me. Is illustrated in Copic and Prismacolor markers. I'm very happy with how that turned out. That was fun to work on. So that was the list of things that I actually planned. Now let's talk about the list of all the additional extra bullshit that I randomly decided that I needed to drop everything and do. Because if you know me, there's always extra unplanned things that I decide to do, and then I'll complain, I don't have enough time to get things done. Maybe I shouldn't have scheduled 14 projects concurrently. But one of those things, again, I'm going to pop it in right there. It was a commission, and that was for my $5 flash sale, where I started doing it in April. Every month there's going to be just a few days in which you can get a portrait sketch for $5. I'm just doing it as like, I don't know, definitely I charge more than $5 for my art because it's worth more than that. But I just want like a very short period of time, guaranteed somebody's probably going to commission me because I'm just... What am I trying to say here? I'm getting tongue-tied. Basically, for that price, somebody's definitely going to take me up, and it guarantees I'm going to have a little bit of art money coming in. That's my hope anyway. And this one was fun because I get to draw Odorous Urungus of Guar, and I was specifically told, make him look sexy. And I wasn't quite sure what to do with that, but that ended up what made the piece so fun. Is I just wanted to do a unique facial expression, because usually when I draw Odorous, he looks either very pissed off or he kind of looks like he smelled a fart. So this was a fun direction to go in. I had fun with that. So that was one piece of extra additional fun stuff. Another random thing that I did, it was also in Copic markers, like my dragon piece, is DeviantArt did another one of those follow a tutorial and get a cool badge. It was the same thing that prompted me to do that illustration of Zats from Maya and the Three, and then watch the show and then just want to draw Zats all the time. But this tutorial, it was how to draw a wolf. I thought that'll be fun to follow. I'm going to draw a wolf, and just spontaneously I decided I'm going to film my inking and coloring process. So you guys have already seen that. You guys have probably already seen that video. It's been up for a little while. It was a little tricky to do because, actually, if you watched my 10-minute Batman challenge, I mentioned that I'm still having a hard time drawing on camera. And it's because I'm trying to make sure you guys can actually see what's happening on the screen. And I have to, like... I'm using a particular setup for my camera. It's attached to my lamp. And the way it's positioned is, like, my head is here, and the lamp and camera is, like, right here. So I'm very close to my filming setup. And I was kind of holding my arms in an awkward position, and I do move my paper around a lot normally when I'm drawing because I'm left-handed and I smear things all the time. So trying to not move around a lot was a little awkward. So I think that particular piece, the inking and the coloring, would have gone a lot better had I not just spontaneously decided to make a video. But I'm glad I did it anyway, because it was good just to experiment and test that out. And it was just the whole piece was just a spontaneous, I'm gonna do this for fun thing anyway. So I think it was still a good idea. And if you haven't seen it already, go ahead and check it out. It is somewhere on my channel. Okay, so I did that. I did another video. I did the zine review video, and then as I mentioned, I did a 10-minute, 1 minute, 10-second challenge in which I drew Batman. That actually turned out pretty good when you consider. I really wish the 10-minute piece had turned out better, and I'll probably redraw it at some point. But the 1 minute and 10-second were actually still fairly good. When you compare that to the previous 10-minute, 1 minute, 10-second challenge I did where I drew Karibo from Yu-Gi-Oh! And that was really something. You can check that video out too. I think that is worth it for the entertainment. The end result had me quite speechless. But so Batman turned out significantly better. He didn't end up as a postmodern expressionist interpretation of Batman like I thought he was going to. And Drawfee actually just posted their own 10-minute, 1 minute, 10-second drawing about the same time I was filming it, and I still haven't watched that video. I really want to, because that is always fun to watch. And sometimes watching other people do that challenge, it's fun to play along also, so that might be something I do. I'm going to play along with Drawfee while I'm watching the video. So that was a challenge that happened. I also did oh my goodness. So once again, I did the monthly prompt for Monsters Holding Bitches Draw Club, and their prompt was like, hey, you should do some gay art of Alf and E.T. I was like, great. I don't like either of these characters. I hate E.T. I don't know why. If E.T. showed up at my house, I would punch E.T. I just hate it so much. The Alf is fine, but he'd want to eat my cat, so it's like, oh, I don't want this guy in my house either. It's like the two worst aliens. But hey, it's an art prompt. We're gonna make something. So somewhere the wires of my brain told me, you know what? Alf of Finland. And so I was trying to go Tom of Finland with this. I'm nowhere near as badass as Tom of Finland. Tom of Finland was a magnificent artist, excellent draftsmanship skills, and I pale in comparison to him, but he was the inspiration for this piece. And I think I said something, when I posted it, I said something that I think that when eventually Anubis goes to weigh my soul against a feather, this is gonna come up. I think he's gonna have some comments about this art piece. But that happened. And then the last completely random extra thing that I decided would be a fantastic thing to do on top of all the other shit I have to do this month, I decided that I would do the 100 heads in 10 days challenge, and I did post that on various places. I might slap all the images in really quick, but you can look at them on my it's on Twitter, it's on my Tumblr, on Instagram also, so you can actually see everything and not just like a quick image flashing out of focus over here. But that took a really long time to do. It might not have been the best idea to just randomly decide I'm going to take on that challenge, but I didn't think it was going to take as long as it did. There were days where my portraits were pretty much all I did that day. So yeah, that took a while, but I'm glad I did it because it was really good practice and I got to experiment more. So that was worth it to do. And yeah, I don't know what else I have to say about that. But I did do a different theme every day, sort of. The first day didn't have a theme. Very quickly I figured out I need to have a theme so I have some kind of direction going on with these batches other than I'm just going to pick random heads, because otherwise it's going to take even longer than it already did. But yeah, glad I did the challenge. And that is it for the things that I actually got done. We're 14 minutes, over 14 and a half minutes into this video, and now I just finished talking about what I did. So I think it's safe to say it was a productive month. The only projects that just absolutely did not get touched at all were the art business card, because I don't know, it's not super necessary right now. I didn't do any of the gyroid paintings. And then there's one video that I want to get out on May 4th, and that's your hint for what it is. I didn't get around to it, but I definitely will in the next few days, because it is just going to be a really quick comic review where I'm flipping through the comic and making comments on it. I think it'll be a fun episode. I think you guys will enjoy it. And remember, May 4th, that's your hint. So that was it for things I didn't do. So yeah, April was very productive. It, like I said earlier, though, it felt like it went really fast. It was just like, blink and you'll miss it. I don't know. I don't really want to talk about it because I don't want to jinx it, but I might have a job opportunity coming up. Like I would say non-art related, but I guess it's kind of tied into that. I won't say any more because I don't want to jinx myself, and it's a matter of like, can they afford to hire me right now during these trying times, because everybody's having a hard time. But am I going to be able to, are they going to be able to pay me, which is kind of important when you get hired. But so, point is, I might have a really cool job lined up, and my fingers are crossed that it works out. So yeah, fingers crossed. I'm kind of glad it didn't start right away because I have so much I'm doing right now. I would like to have Whoa Awesome Space Babe done before that starts. So that's actually a good transition in talking about what are next month's goals. Oh my goodness. I am going to try to just pare it down to a specific list of things. I would love to get Whoa Awesome Space Babe fully colored. Definitely finish the commission, and then whatever the video is, that's going to happen in the next few days. So that's not even really on the list. So that's like two main things. May, a lot of people do what's called Mermay, where you draw a bunch of mermaids, and I'm not a very mermaidy lady, but I might draw some mermaids just for fun. That might be my warm-up thing, and if they turn out really cool, I will post them. That'll be more of a side thing, because the other really, for me, the big thing happening in May, like, screw the mermaids, Lee Week is coming, which Christopher Lee Fan on Tumblr is the one who runs Lee Week. They haven't posted about it yet, but they will pretty soon, and I'm actually going to share that on various social media platforms. Usually it's just a Tumblr thing, but this is a big deal because this particular year, on May 27th, I should explain what Lee Week is. So basically the week leading up to Christopher Lee's birthday, which is May 27th, the Christopher Lee fandom just celebrates all the things that are awesome about Christopher Lee, which is basically everything. And we also celebrate his friends Vincent Price, who had the same birthday as Chris, and Peter Cushing, who was born the day before, and the three of them were best friends. So it often turns into like, let's celebrate the three horror dudes that we love so much. But this is a very big Lee Week, because this would have been Christopher Lee's 100th birthday. So I want to pull out all the stops and make just the most badass art for this Lee Week. And I also have to make up for the fact that I skipped a Lee Week at some point. It wasn't last year. Last year was a good Lee Week. It was the year before that. I accidentally forgot. But I did participate the year before that one. So I've done 2 Lee Weeks. 2 years of... You know what I'm trying to say here. I'm going to make this one really good. And I do have a plan to, I'm going to actually make a cake for his birthday. I did a cake for his birthday last year, but I'm going to make a fancy ass cake. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be awesome. And I'm hoping, no, let's not say hope. We're going to be more determined here. I definitely will be making a week of badass art. But what I need to do is I need to come up with an action plan. What exactly am I doing what exactly am I posting every day, because I want to do everything in advance so I have enough time to actually make things look as awesome as they should be, and then I will post it on the actual days of Lee Week. I'm going to have everything prepared. I'm not going to do it like the very first Lee Week. I did it more like an Inktober thing where I did the drawing every day, and I had kind of a prompt list made for myself. And then last year I had the plan was to do things ahead of time, and then it kind of slid into I'm trying to do a full painting in a day kind of thing. I'm not going to do that this year. Definitively, I'm not going to do I'm not going to do that this year. I'm going to make everything ahead of time. I'm going to give myself time. It's all going to be badass. And then by the end of the month, when I'm posting those pieces, I'm not rushing. I'm focusing more on my sci-fi comic. So that is the action plan for May. I am really going to try not to overplan. I am going to just try not to do multiple projects in one day. I'm just, because that doesn't really work out very well for me. I'm going to be like, this is today's project. That's what I focus on. I might do a warm-up sketch, or might be a warm-up mermaid, and then I do my comic page for the day. But I'm going to be more focused, because that way I'm going to get more stuff done. I'm not going to try to overdo it, because it was a couple months ago, a few vlogs back, where I did say I felt like I was bordering on burning myself out. But the benefit is, the benefit is I don't have a job in like the most conventional sense, but screw that job. If you watched the previous vlog, you already know. We don't talk about that. That guy, that boss can kiss my ass. I am done with that. And I can focus on art, focus on comics, and getting commissions, and focus on making some good stuff. So, on that note, I'm going to go work on that commission right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give a like, comment random things. Actually, here's a good prompt for a comic. Comment. Here's a good prompt for comments. If I was going to do another 10-minute, 1-minute, 10-second challenge, what character should I draw? Or maybe what thing should I draw? Sound off in the comments, and I might make it happen. Again, thank you so much for watching, and have a great time making art.